Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.
What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel if this is your first time coming here, and welcome back if you've already been here before, if you're already subscribed. And if you're not, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you can get notified when I post my videos, y'all, because there's going to be a lot more coming for this year. Stay tuned for 2025. But if y'all don't know, it's just Meisha, and I am here. I am sharing my healing journey with everybody, and I'm inviting you, not just you, but you can invite your family members, invite anybody who you know is on their healing journey to come on this healing journey with me, and we are going to do this together. This experience, I'm going to be sharing my experiences. I'm going to be sharing tips. I'm going to be sharing things that has helped me, push me to continue and keep staying on this healing journey, because sometimes you feel like you're in a rut. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to do it, but you have to keep going. You got to make a decision to keep going. Make a decision for yourself, right? So I'm gonna take y'all back. I know I don't look like it, y'all, because the black don't crack. But I am a mom of two boys. I have a 5-year-old, which is DJ, and I have a 3-year-old, which is Dion. So those are I love my kids so much. So I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful to be a mom. And we have to admit, though, right? When I had my last son, I went through the worst. I went through some very, very bad postpartum depression. And it took me to a place where I never thought I would be. The moment when you have a baby, it's supposed to be a beautiful experience. You're supposed to be happy. And it was sad, because I'm like, dang, why am I stuck in this place? Like, literally every day I woke up, it felt like I was in a routine. Like, I was in a routine to make sure I woke up, feed the kids, pump. When you breastfeed, you be on a pump all day. So you got to pump every 2 hours. And I was just doing all of these. This was routine. I was stuck in a routine of a role that I was playing. So I was a mother, I was a wife, and I wasn't married, but I was doing wife duties. So the roles that I was playing, my identity was being consumed by the roles that I was playing for people around me. And it was like I lost myself. I lost who I was. And that's why my name on It's Just Meisha, because I had to find myself. It's just Meisha. So now it's me. I have to love myself too. And then it'll be easier for me to pour and love other people. So we're gonna go back to the when I was going through postpartum depression. I was going to this book club. It's an online book club that I was going to, and it literally changed my life, because I was surrounded by people. They went through postpartum depression too, but they didn't never tell me how to get out. Like, I knew I was in it, but I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know how. I thought it was just something that was just gonna come and go. So like, I just thought, this eventually time was going to make it go away, but it didn't. But once I got onto this book club, it completely changed my life, because personal development is so important, and this experience taught me that it was. I learned how to say affirmations, speak life into myself. I learned how to acknowledge when I am the problem, or acknowledge when other things are the problem that I can change in my life. And I took the words that they were saying and I applied it to my life, and then I saw the manifestation of my words. That's how I understood that there's power in your tongue, because things that I was speaking over my life put me into depression, and things that I was speaking over my life brought me out of it. Catch that right there, y'all. But after about a year and a half, right, I'm just getting back to myself. So the book club's been working, affirmations been working. I've been reading books. I've been personally developing myself, and then I even started like taking Instagram pictures again and stuff like that, and posting more on social media. And then I end up pregnant again. I'm going crazy. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do with 3 kids? I'm like panicking. I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Because in my mind, I'm thinking this baby's gonna give me postpartum depression again, and I'm gonna be stuck again, and I'm gonna have to dig myself out again. And I'm like, I'm panicking. I'm just kind of when you have anxious thoughts, is from you thinking in the future. So I was basically giving myself anxiety from thinking in the future about the situation. But I eventually calmed myself down, and then I was starting to get excited about having another baby, and I'm just like in that new mommy mode again. And then, so we get to the first ultrasound, which is the first time me hearing the baby's heartbeat and me being able to see the baby for the first time. And We go into the doctor's office and we get all dressed up and stuff. I'm undressed and stuff. And the doctor checks with for the sonogram, and the baby doesn't have a heartbeat. This broke me so much because I'm like, as a mom, when this happens, I know I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm pretty sure we've all felt the same way. If you have lost a child before, and it's like, what did I do wrong, or like, could I did anything to change this, or it's just something that you feel like you want to take the accountability for why it happened. And I was just carrying that, and I was just sad, and I was just like, I don't believe in abortions, but I had to go through the procedure. Like, I had to get a DNC to get the baby taken out, and it was just like I was going through so much emotions. They had to put me to sleep. I ended up going to the doctor and having that procedure done by myself. I felt so alone. I was hurt. And when I got out of the hospital, I had my kids still. Like, they were putting me back together again, and they didn't even realize that they were. So it was such an emotional time for me. And then me and my kids' dad ended our relationship, and it was like another thing I lost. So it's like I lost the baby, I lost this relationship, and it was like, dang, what's next? I was so like, me and my kids' dad was together since I was 16. So I grew up with this person. I had my first kid with this person. I was engaged to this person. I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with this person, and then the relationship ends, and I have to grieve a baby. I have to grieve the relationship. I have to grieve the person that I was in that relationship. But at that time, I didn't know that I needed to grieve that. I just kind of pushed those feelings to the side. I kind of just ignored those feelings. And then I ended up moving to South Carolina. My family was in South Carolina, so I ended up moving there to have more support. And I really wanted to run away from my problems for real. I wanted to run away. I didn't want to see my kid's dad in a relationship with somebody else. I wasn't ready for that yet. So I moved, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be healed here. But no, I carried that hurt, I carried that pain, and I brought it with me to South Carolina. So I was still carrying all of that pain, and I was still hurt, but I was just trying to ignore it because I'm like, he's already moved on. I don't need to worry about these feelings. I don't need to worry about how I felt before. So I just kind of just dusted under the rug. But if anybody knows what happens when you put a band-aid on a gun wound, is the same thing when you try to cover up your pain. Because when you put a band-aid on a gun wound, you're not healing it. It's not going to just heal. You have to get surgery to get that bullet out and get it sewn back up. You can't put a band-aid over your pain because the pain is still inside of you. You have to get down into the root of it and get that problem out of you, because if not, you can get an infection and you can die from that internal stuff. And that's what happens in your life when you're not healing. The problems are just growing and growing, and it could be 10 years later, and the reason why you're acting the way you do, or the reason why you react the way you do to a situation, you could be angry, you could be reacting that way because you're holding on to something from 10 years ago. And oh that's what personal development taught me. I have to get to the root of my problems. So when I came here, I was dating. I was just trying to move on from that relationship. I wasn't trying to hop into another relationship, but I was just trying to, this is my first time ever being single since I was for as an adult. So I'm like, just dating. Like, I'm not trying to take that serious, but I'm a wife. I'm not I I am a girlfriend type of person. Like, I'm a relationship person. Let me say that. I don't want to just mess around. I didn't want to do that. And I already knew that. So I just like, I'm not going to be in a relationship right now. And I was just trying to just date and just see how it was, how the dating life was. Mind you, I'm going out, turning up, smoking and drinking, trying to smoke and drink my pain away, and not realizing that I was causing myself more damage by doing this. And then I was still going, like, I was out of town thugging with my rounds on Saturday, and then I was in church on Sunday. Sometimes I'll be getting at home at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then still going to church at like 11. So I was still having God in my life. I invited him in. But the one thing about it is, once no matter how you come to God, you keep getting closer to him, and he's gonna change you, and he's gonna transform you from the inside out. And that's exactly what he did with me, because I kept going to church, and the people around me were like kind of helping me grow my faith. I started reading my Bible more. The more I got closer to God, I started learning how to really pray. That God is good, God is great is all cute, but to learn how to really speak to God and having a relationship versus just being religious and just going to church. and I learned what it was, but I had to surrender myself to God. I had to make a decision to surrender myself to God, because we know we can pray all day, but we have to do something. We have to make a decision. We have to be a willing participant in our healing, because that's what I had to learn for myself. I had to be a willing participant to my own healing, because God wasn't going to do everything. And the one thing that when I was in that postpartum depression, I was expecting other people to come and save me. I was expecting my kid's dad to save me. I was expecting my grandma, my aunt, my mom. I was expecting all these people to save me. And the one person that I never looked to save myself at that moment was myself. And I should have looked in the mirror, because that person was the only person that was going to be able to save me. Because even with God gave me the strength, but I still had to make a decision to want to be healed and want to make the decision to fix myself. And while I'm on this process of getting closer to God, and just the more closer I got to Him, the more out of my life I would give to Him. So I got baptized during this time, and um, I was dating a little bit, but I was like kind of pushing away, because I was when things start to take me away from God, it was easy for me to let it go. So I was by myself for a long time. Like, I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't dating anybody. It was just me and God. And He kind of showed me that I don't need to rely on anybody but Him. And the things that I was trying to rely on other people for, He was going to provide those things for me. And that's exactly what I learned. The one thing I had to do was surrender. Like, so my plans, I had plans to do this, plans to do that. I would have had to figure out my whole life by myself. But once I gave my plans to God and I let Him have His way, I let God have His way with my plans, instead of trying to coordinate and try to have everything in control myself. Because I realized myself, I tried to do it myself, and I see where that took me, and I didn't want to keep staying in that place. So I really just allowed God to change me. And what really happened, so I went through an identity crisis. I had an identity crisis, and then I came to God, and He gave me a new identity. And the person that I was before was created because of my experiences and things that I was taught that wasn't the truth, because God's word is the truth. And that's what I learned. Like, the things that I speak over my life is God's word and what God says about me. And I say affirmations that are in alignment with what God says about me. And that's how I know people call it manifestation, but I call it the power. The God is inside of me. The power of God is inside of me. The power that rose Jesus from the dead is inside of me. So when I speak words, that's why my words is life. That's why I can speak those things as though that those things that are not as if they were, because the power of God is inside of me. So if you are watching this video right now and you are going through depression, or if you're going through any type of anxiety, any mental things that you're going through, you need to talk and open your mouth a little bit more. You need to speak life into yourself. Say affirmations every single morning, pray every single morning, and see how that transforms your life. Because other people may be speaking negative on your life, so you need to speak over your life and speak life into yourself, and find other people that will speak life into you. Keep watching my videos. Go follow my TikTok and my Facebook and stuff. I'm gonna put all that stuff in the comment area, or the little section down below, for y'all to see, because I say things like that because I know how it feels to not have somebody pour into you. So allow me to be the person that pours into you, because your cup deserves to be full. You are worthy. You are more than enough, and just have to realize it yourself. You are special. And what you're going through right now, in 6 months, you're not even going to be worried about what you're going through right now. It's going to be something new, and God is building you up, and He's preparing you for greater. And you have to realize yourself that you are great. And don't let your circumstance define you. When you change your perspective and be grateful for what you do have, you don't focus so much on the things that you don't have. And be patient with yourself and love yourself. Learn how to love yourself and care for yourself. Self-care, I know getting your hair and your nails done and stuff like that, that's not self-care. It starts on the inside. You have to pour into yourself and make sure your cup is full. So when you pour on other people, you're not depleting yourself. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and like and comment down below. Let's have a conversation, and put your takeaways down in the comments. And if you related to anything that I said today, go ahead and put it down in the comments. And thank y'all for watching. I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you got your notification bell on, because it's going to be some more stuff coming and you don't want to miss it.
you see in me. Gotta be